Hello everyone, Reaper here, and I'm about to shoot my Halloween comic book haul number 3 video. I've been really looking forward to doing this video. It's been a long time in the making. As you can see here, I tried to decorate a little to get into the season of the Halloween holiday. A lot of the books here, like I mentioned in previous videos, have to deal with like spooky characters or creepy characters, zombies, demons and such, and that's why I wanted to create a specific haul around this time of year to deal with characters like that. So, without further ado, let me start my video. And we begin with this book right here. Let me move a little closer, now that you saw the decorations, all nice, yada yada yada. Now let's get a little closer. There we go. Daredevil 270, the first appearance of Blackheart. I picked this up for about $1, and I thought that Blackheart, this is his first appearance. He's a character from hell, and he has a home in this Halloween comic haul video. So I thought it'd be a nice addition. Moving right along. Now we start bringing out some of the bigger guns. Sandman #1, the first appearance of the second Sandman, Morpheus. Really cool book by a really good writer, Neil Gaiman. Very surreal type of storytelling. I remember seeing the Sandman comics and always the top 10 back in the day in the early 90s in the Wizard magazine, and Neil Gaiman always being one of the top 10 writers. Really awesome book, and I thought it would be, I got it for a really good price, and I thought it would be a really good addition to this particular haul video. So yes, I recommend everyone picking this book up. It's a real surreal read by a really talented writer. I apologize for the glare and so forth. I know my last video was a little dark. It was, it should have been better lighted. So with this one, I have all the lights on, and I know you're getting a little bit of a glare, so I apologize for that. Another shot of the skulls. Okay, moving down to, I remember last video I said my Halloween haul would have something to do with creatures. Well, here we go. This is Swamp Thing #2. This is the first full appearance of Anton Arcane, who was one of Swamp Thing's enemies. He was also the main villain in the Swamp Thing movies from the 80s. Really cool book. I like Swamp Thing a lot, and I had an opportunity to pick this comic up for a really good price, and I went with it. Moving right along. Silver Age Classics of House, I know you got a really bad glare there, but House of Secrets #92, which is the first appearance of the first Swamp Thing. His name is Alex Olson. The Swamp Thing that appeared in the titled Swamp Thing comics was Alec Holland, who also appeared in the 80s movies. But this is actually the first, this is a reprint of the first appearance of the first Swamp Thing, who was Alex Olson, who lived in the early part of the 19th century. Pretty good, pretty cool story, short story, but it was part of the anthology that was in one of the short stories in the anthology series that's called House of Secrets. But really cool book. And with that, I decided to get the original House of Secrets '92, 6.5 off-white to white pages, first appearance of the Swamp Thing. This book I'm really proud to have added to my collection. I'm very happy with it. It's a beautiful book. No stress lines along the spine. Really, really beautiful. It's something that I really appreciate. I know two of my subscribers, Spidey Fan and Hero Hunter, they recently got Giant Size X-Men #1, and you could just tell, especially in when Hero Hunter was talking about it, you could just tell how much that book meant to him. And Spidey Fan too, who managed to get it for a 7.0, which was really good grade. You know, sometimes I find it hard talking about comics to people who are not comics fans. You know, when you save up that extra money to go for the higher grade, now yes, I understand that, you know, when you have a higher grade book, it's worth more. Yes, I get it, and that's also an appeal. But I think that for us fans, yeah, it's cool to have a higher grade because, yes, it's worth more, but I think we get the higher grade because we appreciate it more rather than for an investment. We're not, I don't think, as a whole, for when it comes to comic fans, in it for the investment. We're in it because we like it. And when you try to talk to a non-comic book fan about these things, they just don't get it. They just see the price. Oh, you spent this much on this book? Well, yes, because this is how much it means a lot to me. This book means a lot. I've had this book out every day. I just didn't purchase it and put it in a box and throw it in the closet. I look at it every day because I appreciate it. It means something to me. And trying to get that across to a non-comic book fan who only sees dollars is a waste of time. So yes, I'm willing to spend a little extra money, and I encourage others to save up. If you're, you know, real comic book fans and you want to try to get a higher grade books, try to save up for it because it means something. You won't look at it as buyer's regret. You'll look at it as, wow, I actually have this part of my collection. And that's the way I feel about this book and the other books that I'm going to show you, and the other books that I purchased in other Comic Haul videos. So yeah, I'm very proud to have this in my book. I love Swamp Thing. And let me get rid of this one. And let's move on to the next. What better book to have in a Halloween haul? Tomb of Dracula number 10, the first appearance of Blade. 8.0 white pages. I saw this book on eBay, and the guy had a buy it now price for it. So I'm sorry about the glare. I know it's a little blurred, and you can see my hand and my face. I apologize for that too. But the guy had it for a buy it now, and I thought it was a pretty good price, but I offered him another price, and he took it. And that's how I added this to my collection. First appearance of Blade. I heard that Wesley Snipes is going to be resuming the role for, I think, that's in Blade 4 or whatever. That's pretty cool. I like the Blade movies. I wasn't that thrilled with Part 3. It seemed a little sort of like X-Men 3, The Last Stand. It was okay, but it just seemed a little off. And here we go. We're winding down now. I don't have that many books because these books are pretty expensive. And yeah, here we are. Those of you that remember, I made a video 2 months ago. I was willing to see I was trying to find somebody that was willing to trade their if they had an extra copy of this Batman 232, 7.5 off-white to white pages, first appearance of Ra's al Ghul. See if anyone had an extra one to trade in for my X-Men 94. Well, I wound up selling my X-Men 94, and that money was used to buy this beauty. Awesome book. The Demon's Head, perfect fit for a Halloween haul. And look at the colors, the green, and it really stands out very nice. It's a really cool book. I'm a big fan of Neil Adams, and he's certainly drawn a lot of classic Batman covers. And this is definitely one of the best he's done. Not the best, in my opinion, but one of the best. In my personal opinion, I think the Batman 227 was his best. But he's done a lot of classic covers, and this is, once again, just another one of the books that I'm just so happy to have in my collection. The first appearance of Ra's al Ghul. For a while, I saw this book. It was a raw book at my local comic book store, and it was pretty pricey. But at the time, I was like, well, you know, I'm still trying to collect my X-Men. It doesn't make sense for me to put money toward Batman if I'm trying to get X-Men. Well, my X-Men collection, as you know from my last haul, is pretty much done for a while. And I tried to start my DC collection, and Ra's al Ghul was one of the ones. That and Swamp Thing were at the top of the list, and I'm very happy to have added them to this haul and to my collection. Yeah, awesome book, awesome book. Now we're winding down. Getting into the zombie part, we're going to begin with Walking Dead 19, the first appearance of Michonne, first print, 9.0, white pages. Yes, this is a really cool book and a really cool cover. I'm a big fan of The Walking Dead. Last season I didn't really watch them that much. I caught a few episodes. I'm going to try to catch up with them again by I think they're on Netflix now. They released the 4th season or whatever. I'm definitely going to start watching the new season when it starts. Starting this Sunday, as a matter of fact. So I'm really looking forward to it. And yes, this was one of the books that I wanted to add to my collection. A really big book and major key first appearance of a character. 9.0, very happy to have it. Moving along, the last 2 books I have to add to my comic haul for this month. The big one, Walking Dead #1, 9.4 white pages, first appearance of Rick, Shane, Morgan, and Dwayne. Yes, this is a major key. I rank this book up there with my Incredible Hulk 181 and my X-Men #1 as probably one of the top 5 key books I have in my collection. Very happy to have added it to my collection. Now, I know there's some debate, some discussion, some talk in the comic book community about Walking Dead #1. This is first print. About this right here. You may not be able to see it too well because of the glare, and I have the bag on it, so I probably should have taken the bag off, but mature readers. Apparently, from what I gathered, there are 2 versions of Walking Dead first print. The black mature readers and the white one. There was about 7,000 plus copies of The Walking Dead printed during the first print. And they realized that the black was a mistake. This was the first one that they did, and they realized it was a mistake. So they stopped, and they began the press again with, everything was the same except the mature readers was in white. So among Walking Dead fans who have Walking Dead #1, there's, what camp are you in? Are you in the black mature readers, or are you in the white mature readers camp? To me, this is my opinion, Walking Dead, either whether you have the black print or the white print, it doesn't matter because it's still considered the first print. I don't care what anybody says. If you have a white print mature readers, you still have the very first print, the real Walking Dead #1, and that's what I believe. They were both on the same 7,000 print run, so that makes them both first print. And CGC does not recognize, oh, this is the black label or this is the white label. Even if they did so in the future, I don't think it's going to be considered, one's going to be considered first print and the other's going to be second print. They're both going to be first print. And that's just my opinion on the subject. So yes, I was happy to have added this to my collection, but I'm not done just yet. Let me scoot this over. I hope it doesn't knock everything down. It probably will, but here we have this. But then we have something else to add. Ta-da! Walking Dead #1, the white mature readers print. 9.4, the same as this one, white pages. Yes, I have 2 copies of it. One of them, one of them will be part of my personal collection, but the other will be an investment copy. I must say that. When I will sell it, I have no idea. And which one I will sell, I have no idea. I plan to hold on to them for a very long time. I may not even sell them. But I'm thinking that if I do, one of them will be sold, because the price of these are pretty scarce. They really are. And I'm just happy to have one. But I saw an opportunity to get another one, and I said, well, maybe I should invest in it. Me and my wife decided to invest in it for an investment purpose, just one of them. But yeah, I have both. This is really, I feel very blessed to have been able to do this. Now, this is pretty much where my comic book haul for the Halloween comic book haul ends. But I did receive a comment about when, was I able to get all these within a month? Not necessarily these, the ones from my last comic book haul, or were they ones I had previously? No, these were books that I was able to acquire over the last month, over the last couple weeks, and I'll tell you how I did it. Many, many years ago, this is going back into the late 90s, I used to be an avid action figure collector. I would always collect the action figures and keep them on card. I had Thundercats, I had He-Man, and I had Star Wars, Power of the Force. Over the years, I just fell out of love with them. I had a lot of rare Thundercat figures, a lot of rare Power of the Force figures, and a lot of He-Man figures, maybe not so much rare with that. So I decided that I was going to start selling them and look for people that wanted to buy them. So I started listing my Thundercats on eBay. Anybody that is interested in Thundercats or knows about vintage Thundercats, Bengali, Jaga, they are some of the most rare of the Thundercats. Well, I had both of them, and I sold them, and they sold really quick. All my Thundercats sold. And my Powers of the Force figures sold. And I sold the X-Men 94. So with all those profits that I made, I put obviously some of the money away in my bank, my wife and our bank account. But I said, I'm going to use that to buy these books. The Batman 232, the House of Secrets 92, The Walking Dead 19, and the Walking Dead #1s you see before you. That's how I was able to get these books. Now, I'm probably going to do another comic book haul maybe in December, around Christmas time, and I'll probably do another one after Christmas because I have a funny feeling I'll be getting some books for Christmas. But there's not going to be many books in the haul anymore because some of them are expensive. And I really believe what a Spidey fan said, it shouldn't be that you're trying to get so many books just for a haul. You should focus more on quality rather than quantity, and that's what I'm trying to do. And I was able to get these books by selling off my action figures, and I still have some to sell, and I plan to use some of that money to buy other books. But other than that, I wouldn't have been able to afford these books in the grades that I got them in. No way. Couldn't do it. So that's how I was able to get these. And like I said, I'm still trying to sell a few things, and when I sell them, that's when I'll get more books. But once that's over with, I'll have to save up again to buy some books. But I'm very happy at my collection. I really feel that the books from last month, even in August, and especially this month, really added to my collection. I never would have been able to dream that I would have such great books like the first appearance of Swamp Thing, Ra's al Ghul, Thanos, Batgirl, Walking Dead #1, Michonne. Even way back, getting X-Men #2 and X-Men #4. I'm so proud to have those books in my collection. And I believe it's Hero Hunter that has that comic book wall. Oh, that is so awesome. I'd like to give you a shout out. That's something that I would love to do one day. And I would just tell you right now, I got the idea from you. But that would be something great. I would proudly display these books in my own man cave. And that's how much I love them. And like I said earlier in the video, a lot of people that don't collect comic books wouldn't understand like our love for these books. They're not just investments, although one of these is an investment, I will say. But they're not investments. They mean something to us. We love collecting comics. We love the characters. We love the stories. And that takes precedent over what they're worth. Like I said, yes, it's nice to have high grades, of course. It makes you feel good. But I'm very happy to have the book. A book that's in relatively good shape, I mean, I'll be the first to admit I wouldn't like a book that's falling apart. But had to have the book part of your collection. It, just makes you feel good as a comic book collector. Well, this is the end of the video. This is the end of my Halloween video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments, please leave them. I plan to make another video probably after the convention. Another small haul video, nothing big, but just what I pick up at the convention. And probably going to make another video, not a haul video, but a video showcasing my top 50 keys. I'll see. I'm thinking about doing that next month. But thank you once again for all your support. Thank you for watching. And have a very good night and a happy Halloween.